Hello friends, Travis here. If you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you. And of course, if you've been here before, welcome back. In today's video, I'm kind of starting something new. This is the evolution of what Freestyle Friday has turned into, more of like a weekend update sort of concept. It'll still be pretty unscripted and, not overly complex or anything. It's something I need to be able to put together quickly and stuff. But I do have a couple of bullet points of things that I want to discuss to help keep things a little bit more focused and whatever. Please pardon the wrinkles in the background. You may not have even noticed, but that's all I can see right now. This material, like most of us, is very impressionable, and I clearly put it up wrong and left creases in it and all that. So, story of my life. I have some tea, because that always helps when I'm talking about things. And yeah, let's go ahead and do this thing. So the first thing I want to talk about is my most recent cruise. I just got back from Jacksonville and I did a 5-night on the Carnival Elation down into the Caribbean. We went to Nassau and Princess Keys in the Bahamas. I had never been on the Elation before, and I'd never actually sailed on that class of ship before either. But that was a special trip for me because it was a tribute to my grandfather who passed away a little over a year ago. Him and I were supposed to go on that ship back in 2008, but it didn't work out. And so, yeah, that trip was for him as much as it was for me. And of course, I'll have the vlog series and stuff for that coming out in, 5-6 weeks or so. And I'll talk more about that in those vlogs and what have you. The next thing I want to talk about is my next cruise, and that is the MSC Meraviglia. I've been on that ship a few times already, but this time we're doing Yacht Club. We've never done Yacht Club before. If you don't know what MSC's Yacht Club is, it's basically their ship within a ship concept. It's kind of like being Suite Class, but I think it's more like Disney's Concierge Class. On MSC, you get like a private butler. You obviously get priority boarding. You have the premium packages of everything, etc. First access to different events, and you have your own dining room, your own lounges, your own places to sit in the theater, things like that, reserved areas, etc. So we're going to see if it's worth the extra premium on that, because we did spend about double what we normally would have spent on an MSC cruise, but we spent about the same amount as we would on Royal, doing the same amount of days at sea. But on Royal, it would have been, just a basic interior cabin. So yeah, let me know if you've done Yacht Club before. Let me know in the comments below what that was like, if you have, and if you haven't, would you be interested in trying the ship within a ship concept, or do you think that's a little bit too fancy for you? Because I'm a little bit unsure of whether or not I'm gonna be totally into it, but I am looking forward to it for sure. Another thing that I want to start including in this sort of weekend update is like what's going on in the travel industry as a whole. I'm not going to do like a full-on news segment or anything, because that just doesn't make sense for the way that I present content. But I do want to talk about like something that's really big that's happening in current events. And for this week, I want to talk about MSC moving to Galveston. They've just reached some sort of agreement with the Port of Galveston to start doing, sailings out of there. Nothing has really been announced about what ships will be there, and obviously there's no itineraries to book or anything just yet, but I imagine it'll be Western Caribbean cruises and hopefully a couple of cool ports that I've never been to before. But yeah, I'm in the process of moving to San Antonio, which is about 3.5-4 hours from the Galveston Pier, so it's very drivable for me. And I'm very excited that I'm going to be close to a cruise port. And I'm even able to drive to NOLA from there, New Orleans. That's about 7.5 hours, which I know sounds like a far drive, but it's not a drive that is unheard of for me. We constantly go back and forth between El Paso and San Antonio, El Paso and Austin, and those are 7 and 8 and 9 hours away. So yeah, we're used to making trips like that, and it'll be so nice to have access to actual cruise ports without having to book flights and hotels and all that craziness. And then the last thing, I'm just going to briefly touch on the fact that I have a luggage update. Go Port Orlando lost my luggage a couple months ago. I got a pretty interesting email the other day about that, so I want to confirm a couple things before I actually put the info out. So this is sort of a teaser on that. I'm assuming in next week's update, I will, give you all the details about what has come from that situation, because yeah, I'm pretty sure there'll be something to show for it in the next few days. But yeah, otherwise, that's all that's happening for me this week and in my life at the moment. Not a whole lot to report to you all, but yeah. How's your day going? What's up with you? Let me know. And I want to thank you all so much for traveling with me. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a great weekend.